Hi everybody and welcome to Projectatron, the prediction site with a difference. Today we are focusing on the big one. It's all been leading up to this. It is Super Bowl XLIX, XLIX, and it is taking place in Arizona, and it is going to be between the AFC champion
New England Patriots
and the NFC champion
Seattle Seahawks.
We honestly can't look forward to this any more than we currently are. Rory, how do you see this game going?
Two best teams in the NFL.
Two number one seeds.
Over the year, yeah. Two number one seeds. Don't remember the last time that actually happened in the Super Bowl, but it wasn't recently. And it's just, this is going to be a game for the ages. Last year we expected really, really big things out of the Broncos-Seahawks clash, and we didn't get it. The Broncos' weaknesses were all exposed. Their nerves were exposed. That is not going to happen with this Patriots team in particular, who at the start of the season, I'll admit, I thought they were pretty poor, and they just turned it around. And Seattle as well, for the first 6 games of the season, were pretty poor, turned it around, and now we have the two strongest teams, without a doubt, in the league, facing off against one another. And it's the perfect Super Bowl, right in the middle of the desert as well. The way I see it going is I see Patriots win through and through. The Seahawks, they have a few injury concerns coming into the game. Nothing really major. We saw Sherman hurting his arm against Green Bay, but I'm sure he's going to play. They're going to pump him full of whatever painkillers he needs to, and he'll be there.
He's definitely playing.
But the thing is, this Seahawks team have never really come up against an offense like this Patriots team. And you got Gronkowski, Edelman, even in recent weeks Amendola firing on all cylinders. You have Shane Vereen, who's a serviceable running back, but then you've also got LeGarrette Blount, who just loves this Patriots team and might just run them their way to the championship. On the other side of the ball, the Seahawks, we know what their defense is about. They've come around, they've turned it around, and they became the best defense in the league over the year. But the thing is, the Seahawks team never ever score big unless they're just totally exposing the other team, like we saw against the Cardinals, who had no quarterback. For that reason, I see the Seahawks scoring. They'll do their thing. They'll get 20 points or so, and they'll rely on the defense to win the game. You can't do that against the Patriots offense. They're too strong. And also the Patriots defense is a lot stronger than it's been the last 5 years. I mean, they have arguably the two best cornerbacks, or the best cornerback pairing in the league. You got two incredible safeties, and you've got Jamie Collins, who's really stepped it up at linebacker. It's a terrifying prospect for any offense. And while the Seahawks receivers, they don't get enough love. There's a reason they don't get enough love. It's because they're not top guys. They're really good, but they're not top guys. They need to be top guys to win the Super Bowl. I don't see them doing it.
That's fair enough, and I entirely understand all of your reasoning. I actually really like the fact that Tom Brady usually gets rattled when people are throwing deceptive formations at him, and when people are blitzing from the cornerback and safety positions, and he doesn't know where to look for his next blitz. That's when Tom Brady really gets rattled. But we've discussed this before. The Seahawks don't really have much of a pass rush. What the Seahawks have is fantastic coverage, and then a strong front that, obviously, if you give any defensive front enough time, they'll get to the quarterback eventually. Brady, though, he's been really good as a quick release passes. He's been really good at finding the guy for 5, 6, 10 yards. That's where Danny Amendola and Brandon LaFell have come into their own this year. Julian Edelman through the middle is going to get a lot of space because the distraction of Gronkowski for the Seahawks linebackers and possibly safeties is going to create a whole lot of space that usually isn't there when Seahawks are playing a passing offense. I think that the Patriots are going to throw the ball an awful lot more than people would expect, and I think that maybe their running game is going to take a bit of a backseat. But it's going to be that death by a million cuts. They're going to have 10, 12 play drives, and that's how they're going to wear down the Seahawks. My biggest problem, if I'm looking at the Patriots, is that I'm not convinced that I'm not convinced they know how to deal with this read option ground attack that the Seahawks have established this year, because it has been, since about week 10, week 9 maybe, phenomenal. It has been historically brilliant. The Seahawks, between Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson, are almost unstoppable. And I think that's going to be the Patriots' biggest problem. While they might like to think that they're taking down an awful lot of time off the clock and they're keeping the Seahawks D on the field, making them tired, what's going to happen is once the Seahawks get the ball, they're going to do that times 10 to the Patriots. They're going to be able to maintain possession, keep drives alive. If there's one thing Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch have shown, it's that any play can bring a first down. You might be 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage, or you might be at 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage, and they always have a way of keeping a play alive. So I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I think it's going to be a long game. I think it's going to be an awful lot of short plays. But I think at the end of it, the Seahawks are going to come out. The reason that I think the Seahawks win is they just have enough of... I believe more in the Seahawks ground attack than I do in the Patriots passing attack. I think the Seahawks will be able to just hold on to the ball enough and just get I think they'll only need maybe 1 or 2 turnovers from Tom Brady passes, which if any secondary can do it, it's the Seahawks. And yeah, I think Seahawks are going to win it. It's going to be low scoring. It might be 21-12 or 21-14, 21-13, something like that. And I think that's how the Seahawks do it. They're going to be the first team to repeat since the Patriots. And like we said earlier, I think Tom Brady's going to leave this feeling a little deflated.
Yes, he will.
Wow. What about Projectatron?
Projectatron is agreeing with you in a slightly different manner. Projectatron reckons that the Seahawks are going to take this. They're going to two-peat. And they're going to hold the Patriots to fewer points than the Broncos managed last year, taking this game 22-7. The Patriots' defense just incapable of dealing with that Seahawks dual threat attack of Marshawn Lynch and Russell Wilson, but also Russell Wilson's incredible passing ability. I mean, he goes 75% completion in this game. Patriot and Tom Brady is going to have no luck, no love. He has one great pass to Gronkowski, and that's kind of the game. So yeah, Seahawks to win. Russell Wilson gets his second Super Bowl. Doug Baldwin gets MVP. And everybody has a real good time in Seattle. So yeah, go Seahawks.
Okay, so there you have our predictions. Projectatron is taking the Seahawks to win, and I am going along with Projectatron. We both think it's going to be a low-scoring game, so go with the under on your total points. Rory is going with a Patriots win. Rory, how do you think scoring? Over or under?
I actually think it'll be over, just because I think this game, if the Patriots take the lead, which, as is their want, the game could get away from the Seahawks, because they are... Despite what we saw in the NFC Championship game, they're not a team to score a lot of points quickly. They don't do quick. So, yeah, I think Patriots are going to win, and probably by, at least a score, 10 points.
Yeah. The total points on this game is hovering somewhere between kind of 47, 49 points. So, Rory's picking the over. Projection and I are going with the under. Rory, as far as first touchdown scorer?
First touchdown, Gronkowski. It's the safest bet, absolutely.
I'm going with the Seahawks safest bet. It's going to be Marshawn Lynch.
Fair enough. Sounds good.
Those are our tips for the Super Bowl. Don't forget to join us next week when we'll have a season recap and a look at all the teams in one of our NFL podcasts. And don't forget to check out our video where we will preview the Premier League clash between Chelsea and Manchester City, which is up on the site at the moment. Thanks very much for joining us. We hope you really enjoy the Super Bowl and have a fantastic weekend of sporting brilliance. Until we talk to you next, enjoy the football.